Okay. Okay. Where do I begin? Like, every day, there's something else with these SJWs and these leftists, liberals, or whatever. I have nothing against liberals or whatever. And, but people have this outrage culture, right? Outrage culture that has begun to become beyond ridiculous. Like, to me, it's pretty much killing Western society that you get angry about everything. But you don't have to be angry about everything because people can have their own opinions. People can say what they believe and just leave it at that. But people nowadays, they nitpick about what every single thing someone says. Every single thing. And like, I don't know, everything's like an uphill battle. Every day you have to fight. Every day you have to argue. Every day somebody's mad. Every day someone's upset. Every day someone's crying wolf. Every day there's something. There's something. But that's okay. That's just the world we live in. You just gotta get used to it. There's unfortunately there's sides you gotta pick in this outrage culture. It's just like it's something I just can't get behind. Something I refuse to get behind. Right? I refuse to get angry about every single thing. No. When someone says something and it kind of bothers me, I think about it for a moment, and then I think about what that person says. Like, okay, well, either A, it wasn't that bad. B, okay, that person did kind of piss me off, so I'm just not going to talk to that person. But being outraged over every single thing someone says, I don't know. You're not going to have a very fun life if you're going to be offended about everything. So what is this whole thing about Terry Crews? So apparently people are saying Terry Crews is like uh, so insensitive to like the lesbian gay community or whatever. So let me tell you what it all started. It says, yeah, but they will be severely malnourished. And he's referring to kids with the same-sex parents. But this immediately backfired with an entire shitstorm all over Twitter, and articles already being published about it. But if you go in the articles, like, they don't even mention the full context of what the conversation was about. So over here, we have the full text of what Terry Crews says. He says, I believe parental and maternal love are like vitamins and minerals to humanity. No matter where you get that, parental and maternal, my purpose is to give parental love. Love is not gendered. A child will not starve with only one gender loving them. But they will be severely malnourished. Now, I can pretty much guess like the context. Like, you can read someone's tweets and not know the context. So going back to what this Rach girl says, like, love is not generated. A child will not starve with only one gender loving them. That's what it sounds like to me. If he says, but they will be severely malnourished. Like, oh, fuck you. You're so insensitive, blah, blah, blah. You hate gays, blah, blah, blah. Automatically he hates gays because he says something. He says something that he believes, even though up here in the text, he clearly says that, hey, this is what I believe. It's whatever. I don't have anything against anybody, blah, 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 blah. And, I believe love is like vitamins and minerals with parents, blah, 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 blah. But that's just what I believe. But then he still gets a backlash. So in this day and age, especially in the country of the United States of America, you're allowed to believe what you want to believe. That's the whole reason for our country to exist. Like, the First Amendment, you're allowed to say what you want. You're allowed to believe what you want. Freedom of religion, freedom of speech, all that. Second Amendment rights, all that. You have all that in a bag of chips. But we live in a country now where people don't want that, and it's weird. People don't want free speech. Like, don't you think it's kind of weird? It is kind of odd. I think it's kind of odd. Like, we live in a country where people want to condemn those who say the wrong thing just by saying things. Like, I don't know how we live in a country where people that grew up on South Park and Simpsons and Family Guy are so sensitive. Like, did you not see South Park as a kid? Did you not watch Simpsons? Did you not watch Family Guy? Did you not watch any cartoons as a kid? Like, did you not see the subtle, like, jokes in there that were just playful words, nothing more? But no, Apu now is considered offensive because he was playing a racial stereotype. Like, yeah, racism is dumb. Racism should go away. But sometimes it is okay to laugh. Sometimes it's okay to laugh at yourself. And what this outrage culture is doing is, like, they're making it where nothing can be funny anymore. You can't say anything. you can't say anything without being crucified, right? I have nothing against the gay community. It's whatever. If they want to raise a kid, that's fine. That's not my kid. I don't give a shit. That's the way I see it. I know you're probably gonna get mad at me for saying that, but honestly, that's the honest truth. If it's not my kid, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what you do. But some people have different opinions, like Terry Crews. Like, he believes they'll be severely malnourished if they have the same-sex parents, but I believe that they can raise a child successfully. That's what he said. But people will still be offended by that. We're being offended by people crying wolf. People are looking for anything to be offended by, right? Anything. And to me, I don't know Terry Crews personally, obviously, but I do follow him on Twitter sometimes. I have seen his movies, have seen his interviews. He seems like a genuine nice guy. He seems like, you know, I have nothing against anybody. I don't want to harm anybody. I'm just going to say my opinion. So even a nice guy who seems somewhat mindful of other people says the wrong thing and he's automatically ostracized. That's like, it's a bizarre world we're living in. It's a bizarre world that people don't want free speech. People don't want the Second Amendment. People don't want freedom of religion. And that's all blatantly obvious. If you just follow all the news outlets that's been happening since last year and the year before that, like, oh, you say the wrong thing, you should go to jail, blah, blah, blah. You say the wrong thing, you should be ostracized, you should be castrated. But that's a form of fascism. That's what fascism is. It's censoring what people say. And as soon as we censor, like, what one person says, just because they said it, like, it's not a free country. It's a country of fascism, and they just don't realize it. They don't realize it. We live in a country where people just think, they just don't care about free speech. They don't care about freedom of religion. They don't care about gun rights. They don't care. And it's obvious. It's obvious just with this one text that the backlash that Terry Crews is getting it's unfair. It's unjustified. And it's stupid. People can have their own opinions. You can be respectful of other people, mindful of other people, but you can still have your own opinions. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you guys want to be offended in your little bubble, that's fine. I'm not gonna go down that route. I'm not gonna play that shit. I don't do that shit. And I know, from my perspective, the majority of people in the U.S., at least from my perspective, actually don't really fall for this. It's actually a few minority people, a few group of people that are doing this, that are the outrage culture. Like, it's not anybody of any race. It's not a religion. It's just a group of people that had this weird mindset. This weird mindset that's, to me, that's coming from the left, not really from the right. I mean, both the left and the right politically have their problems. They both do. We can admit it, right? I'm more leaning towards the right. I admit that my side does have problems. I don't like Donald Trump as a president. I think he has a lot of problems. I am conservative, but that's just what I believe. But people are gonna freak out that I said that. That's my belief. That's what I believe. And you're gonna get mad at me for saying that. And we're living in a country where you just can't say anything. You can. And all this outrage culture, to me, it's coming from the left side, which is weird. Like, you want to be offended by everything. You say you want to live in a free country, but yet you don't want free speech. I don't know, man. Like, this thing is going deep, and it's getting ridiculous. It's a witch hunt. They're looking for someone to blame. They're looking for somebody to castrate in society. They're just looking for problems. That's what I feel like. Like, they're not looking for people that are actually child rapists or anything like that. They're not actually looking for drug dealers that commit violent crimes. No, they're going after people that just say what they believe, which is weird. You want to be a social justice warrior, you want to make a difference in life, but you don't want to go after the people that are actually harming other people. Anyways, guys, that's all I got to say. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to tell me what a fucker I am, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.